ever seen anything with Banks since the fallout with Black Boy Max and the FaZe boys and that whole thing coming crashing down, including the value of the company, him torching his reputation with those guys, as his relationship with those guys, as well as him stepping down as CEO. And we're looking at this. Keep in mind the themes of this trailer. It's the old FaZe house.
So if he stepped down as CEO, how the hell is he CEO again? What is going on?
In New York, where FaZe Rain, the OGs were at, FaZe Rain, FaZe Apex, all those other guys. So people are looking at this like, okay, is this gaming related? You see the net spend stuff, which is, you know, the music. A lot of people are clowning FaZe Banks because of that. You see some of the trophies. It's not gaming themed, but you're thinking, okay, this is FaZe. What are we going to get? What are we going to get? And what we got is rug pulled. No pun intended, as you're about to say. Because the first thing that he had to touch on was the FaZe clan. Of course, that's what people want to hear. And he did. And he booted it up on the live stream.
And yeah, the truth about FaZe, the truth is, I think that everybody lost. I think that I lost. I think that the boys lost. I think that FaZe, of course, lost. And I think the biggest loser in all of this is you guys, to be honest. The audience, the viewer. What we built with FaZe over the last 2 years was incredible. It was special. It was honestly a miracle. We all felt it. We all knew it. We all had this common goal and this common point of bringing this thing back. And it started kind of exactly where we're at now. I was in a room alone. There was a couple people there with me, but for the most part alone. And I had this vision on how to bring FaZe back, and in a dream really to bring
yo ass done had this vision like 4 fucking times already, gang. How many times you gonna have the same vision and try to GH what?
FaZe back, because I hated the state it was in. This thing means a lot to me. It's a huge part of my life. It's the most important thing
it is your life. It's your life. It's your life. There's nothing wrong with that, you know.
Ever done and likely ever will
made
do.
Millions of dollars.
So yeah.
I'm not playing Fortnite right now. What are you talking about? I'm not even playing Fortnite. Where the fuck do you even see Fortnite? Like, am I fried? Am I fried, bro? Like, what am?
Yeah, and the irony is, we did it, but now it's in a worse spot in a lot of ways than it's ever been. So it's like, man, like it's crazy ironic and it's insane. But we built something incredible that so many people enjoyed. And that's why, you know, I'm clearly super emotional about this. So are they, so are you guys. And again, I appreciate that. I don't think any one party is better off without the other. I still to this day wish that we could have figured it out, genuinely. I think that we were all much better off together. I think that we operated as a all-star team, and it's just a shame that we couldn't get aligned. And that's honestly like where things went wrong. We just couldn't get aligned. There were two halves to this brand and this company. One was very much in front of the camera. That's the part that you know. And then we have a whole other side in the back. And that's where over the last few months, like, I have to just fully take accountability and just accept the fact that that's where I went wrong in this. That's where I f***ed up. A couple other parts we'll get into, don't worry, but mainly the alignment. And I wish I could plead ignorance. I really do. I wish I could say, I didn't know, dude, like, mistake, whatever, but I did know. I did.
Damn.
My entire career, I've ignored contracts and deals. I've signed bad deals. I've been f***ed over. I haven't paid attention to this boring stuff because that's not me. That's not for me. But I assumed this role as CEO. I sold the boys a dream on FaZe being the biggest thing ever, and we succeeded. We succeeded on the vision.
Yep.
Everybody's much better off because of it. But then you guys gotta understand my POV and like my partner's POV, because I sold business people on this as well. We needed to fund it. This whole thing cost millions and millions of dollars.
So I do like that he was,
I mean, I like he took accountability, but like at the end of the day, you was scamming crypto and shit. Wasn't he? Like, am I tripping? Like,
able to take accountability for this situation. And I will say that no, not everybody lost. He may have lost in this situation. Well, yeah, reputational wise, he took a loss. We took a loss, and the business people took a loss. You know who didn't lose? Who was the biggest winners? All of those FaZe guys. Every single one of those guys got a win. They got a free housing and rent. They got free production. They got free labor, and they got a free brand. and they
That's
got
crazy.
put together in a house that they would have never done this alone, which we're going to get into, before, had Banks not put this together. So those guys actually won. And he's right, they did build something very, very, very big, especially for this new generation. These new generation are going to be looking at this. It's a new era of FaZe that he was able to do, which I got to give him credit for. But one thing that he's trying to cap about is this rock bottom thing.
I don't know. I hope people consider and see that, obviously, when you guys are spamming W Aura and FaZe is at its peak subathon, I could have started a live stream. You know, I could have became a streamer then and probably, you know, ran with a successful streaming career. I didn't do that. You know what I mean? And I'm doing it now at a rock bottom, and I like that. You know what I mean? And there's the reason.
So you're a streamer now? Wait, so he's saying I could have blew up as a streamer, but I decided not to, and now since I'm at rock bottom, I'm streaming now because I need money. But you're really not at rock bottom, honestly. Everybody knows who you are. You still got clout. You still have a lot of followers. You still have a lot of subscribers. What are you talking about? You just lost all your people at FaZe Clan, so you have to rebuild that from the bottom. But you're not at rock bottom. But I understand what he means, though.
That is, I'm about to show you guys what I've been working on, and I am going to continue working with talent. I'm going to continue investing in people in the future, and I'm going to continue trying to be the best version of myself, optimal human, and be successful, and be happy and be healthy. And as far as FaZe is concerned, like, I have ideas, I have a vision, I have a plan. The sad and boring truth is I did step down as CEO when all that happened.
Right, yeah.
Months before Christmas and months.
So he announces that he's going to start his streaming career. Isn't that great? And the funny part is he's like, yeah, you know, I'm at rock bottom. No, you're not at rock bottom. Well, first off, yeah, he could have started at FaZe Peak Subathon. No, not really, because if he started at FaZe Peak Subathon, they would have just looked at you like, dude, what are you doing? You're not in the house. You're not constantly in content with us. You're the CEO. What are you doing live stream? Like, just go back to your job. You do what you're supposed to do. So no, he would have done views, but it would have rubbed people the wrong way. Like, the new kids weren't going to be like, yo, we got to watch Banks. No, they would have just been like, we're going to watch these guys. You can do your whole stream. So he's not at rock bottom. And yeah, that was the peak. But right now, the reason why he says he's at rock bottom is because, he's not CEO of FaZe. FaZe isn't worth much anymore. Damn. This guy's sponsored.
See, like, he ain't CEO, but he's rebuilding FaZe. Like, I'm kind of confused. Like, what is his position?
So, his big comeback, and why I feel like this is such a huge rug pull for all of us, is, drumroll please, he's starting a live stream that called Market Beat that is presented and sponsored by Polymarket, which is really just, hey, you just gamble everything away, right? The prediction quote-unquote market, which is really just gambling. And he has a co-host for it, and his co-host is Ansem. So part of this
we do not promote. I don't know what he's talking about. We do not promote that.
Really, it's kind of crypto related, and
I say nope. We do not promote none of that, and it sounds like scams, and we don't like that.
He was putting out. I don't know if y'all know the pyramid.
This is like me and like I don't even know how to explain. This is me and you, Cheezer, in 15 years.
Crazy altcoins underneath that.
So market. Here's my take on this whole thing. Like, I want everyone to understand.
So this is how
in no way, shape,
feels.
or form am I hating. I just think that his first stream back, he should have came and kind of just tried to speak on like new beginnings and stuff. It was good how he did that. The intro was great, but I just think that like the way it was launched, people now have this misconception that like because of the lack that happened that made them fall out. That's the problem, right? Like that's the problem. That's the issue. So I think
Aiden Ross is completely right here. He's saying like, yo, this feels like such a rug. Like, you're not talking about anything gaming. It's poly market, it's crypto related, it's investing in money related, which doesn't really look that good considering what you just got out of. And even Swag,
because it sounds like that he trying to make him a big bag and then disappear again. That's what it sounds like he trying to do. I don't know.
A former FaZe member was disappointed too.
Oh man, I don't even. I'm speechless, bro. Honestly, I'm speechless, man. I don't know. I feel like this is just like kind of like the wrong time to like maybe launch something like this. I don't know what this is. I was really hoping for like an actual breakdown, or you know what I mean. This is just reading the room all wrong. look, at the end of the day, Banks is a grown man. And if he wants to do a show about poly market, so be it.
I don't know what that is.
I think using the truth about FaZe and kind of baiting,
it's clickbait,
and using like, especially the boys, like their drama and like what all happened with FaZe as like a way to promote this is what rubs me the wrong way. You feel me? Like I think using that.
They're both right. It's grimy. It's whack. It's got no taste.
Right.
And that's one thing with
he's trying to boss
FaZe
up
Banks
again.
Is this will this succeed? Yeah. I'm not gonna. People are people are doubting me. No, like FaZe Banks succeeded in vlogs. He succeeded in multiple iterations of FaZe Clan. He succeeded in taking them into gaming.
I ain't gonna lie. I used to watch a lot of his vlogs back in the day when he used to talk to the little snow bunny and
He's
shit.
constantly
What's
succeeded.
this about
but
FaZe
that's
Banks?
not the issue that he succeeded in CS gambling. We're not saying that he's not going to be successful financially. We're saying that this guy doesn't have taste. Like curation.
Right.
And he will probably disagree, but it's also reading the room wrong, which is and keep in mind, the reason why he did this is there was this huge show called the TBPN, Technology Daily Show, hosted by John Coogan. They just got acquired by OpenAI for who knows, like $1 billion or something like that. And they're just a news show that talks about what's going on every day in like tech and all this other stuff. That's what he's starting with, this guy. And the guy that he's starting with is this guy Ansem. So Ansem, this guy had insane levels of motion end of 2023 to 2024. So if you were at all familiar or tapped into crypto or whatever, this guy was very, very big on this one coin called Dog With Hat. The ticker was WIF, WIF, and it ran like crazy from towards the end of 2023 into 2024. And there was this whole campaign about getting WIF on the sphere, so they were going to put it on the sphere. And this era of crypto in 2024, this guy was that guy. Like, he was up crazy bread. His tweets would get insane levels of real engagement. He would go live, and the chat would be flying. And this was all
the same dude.
Like, he was him in that whole sphere that they've got there. And now we've had other people breaking out of that. Like, we're starting to see people in kind of like pop internet culture, like this guy Rasmer, if you've seen him, RASMR. He used to be from that sphere. Now he's a little bit more public facing. This other guy, Lucas, who was like a schizo frequency, he was like kind of faceless for a very long time. He was from that sphere as well. And also this Thread guy, he was also from that sphere too. But Ansem had more motion than all of these guys.
Okay,
but
that's cool.
As crypto has kind of dwindled in the past year and a half or so with how the market's going, I would say he faded. Not faded as in he's just doesn't have that level of clout and attention that he had at that time. But FaZe Banks, I will give him credit. He has been tapped into like crypto and trying to do that type of content. They tried to do these FaZe vlogs, which didn't work out for crypto with the Thread guy. So I'm pretty sure they did something. And if you guys remember the whole MLG situation.
But like, how is that like creative content? Like, that's educational content for investors, but like, that's not your niche. I mean, it is, but then it's really not. That's something you do off social media.
Where Aiden Ross felt like he got slimed out and used to pump a coin that a bunch of people made money off of, and FaZe Banks claims he lost there, which is just crazy. Like, FaZe Banks, he's just attached to so many different things that he just took the L too. Really? Okay.
He's always taking
leverage
L's. Always.
Gaming, the history, FaZe, what happened with these guys, and to use it to launch a show that the audience that is following this stuff does not care about is peak delusion. And that's the problem that people have with this. So, people that are interested in this, they're not interested in what your show is about.
Right.
The guy that you're doing the show with, his audience is interested in that. For sure.
Right. That's literally what I was trying to explain. That's not his niche for on social media. That's something he does off social media. So when they see him, they're like, bro, what the hell am I watching? I don't care about this. You know what I'm saying? But his people know him for that, so they're going to watch him for that. That makes sense. That's literally what I was saying.
Interested in like making money related type stuff. And it just seems like he's just taking advantage of another trend.
That's
he
crazy.
Sees these shows, they're doing well. He's hopping in on it. He's using the cloud.
And since he's at rock bottom, and he's starting over. He has to
Pays to launch it.
Work his
He's already
move.
got a huge sponsor for it, one of the biggest in the space in general. And Polymarket started as a crypto-related company, and it's just something that's soulless, really. Like, okay, another money opportunity. Great. And the biggest irony about this is if it's about markets and business and all of this guy couldn't even get FaZe to be profitable. Like, XQC would even address how he was talking to banks early on about how this whole thing was going to fail.
Like I said last time. I mean, chat, I met with him a year and a half ago. And I told him,
what does he say?
that they would have to monetize, one, and two, they would have to find a way to make the FaZe guys and make it help FaZe. The FaZe guys help themselves with FaZe, but they didn't help FaZe. Like the way that works is simple. I said that in the restaurant with Banks, and I told him this. I said,
What?
If tomorrow the guys were to leave FaZe, and I swear I said it. I said, tomorrow everybody were to leave FaZe.
What would you do?
Is FaZe bigger because of the guys and what they did? It's absolutely not. Like FaZe didn't really grow or go anywhere from them doing all on FaZe. It didn't bring the brand anywhere. Like,
Right.
It
only elevated them, and then now they were big enough to do their own thing and leave FaZe and not even care. That's crazy.
Layer
That's
that
crazy.
doesn't cement itself. It's a layer that comes on and comes off. Like, now tell me that this gave a FaZe clan the brand and their Twitter and their teams on esports and the things that give them money. Now prove to me that the FaZe guys help FaZe and the brand get more money and get more things going on with their brand and actually made them profitable. Absolutely not. There's nothing.
Right.
Zero. Absolutely zero. And that's how it works. So I try to tell them, like, if you could have a plan to go from here where you guys have buzz and to turn that into money and turn that into something that's valuable for FaZe, but they never did it. So I mean, what can you do?
Was that Kodak? What the hell?
Who's the guy that can barely speak? He's like the French Kodak Black. You know, you can't understand him, but
He just called XQC the French Kodak Black.
different way.